Hello, hope y'all are all doing very good. It's March 7th. Today I'm back. So today I'm going to be talking about many things. I'm going to be talking about pretty much just general weather in the southeast and kind of the east over the next couple of days. We're going to be looking at a little bit of a change in some places. And then I'm going to be talking about an upcoming winter storm that's going to be affecting areas of the northern plains, upper Midwest, the Great Lakes. Yeah, hope y'all are all doing very good. It is, I think, Tuesday, yeah. Let's go ahead and get started. So these are temperatures this afternoon across kind of the east and part of the central region of the country. And we were looking at across the south a deep swath of 80s. And what is wrong with this? Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, I do not know what is wrong with my pen there. Let me just go ahead and get Epic Pen open here. I'm sorry about that. I don't understand why that is so bad. But yeah, so we're looking at a wide swath of 80s. Even some temperatures getting into the middle 80s across areas of Mississippi, Alabama, and over into Florida. Central areas kind of along, not in the coast, not like along the coast. Mid 80s, even some upper 80s, probably, maybe even 90s in southern Florida there. As you go north, though, temperatures quickly drop off. Even in the mid-Atlantic, we can see D.C., Baltimore in the lower 50s. Over in Kentucky, Tennessee, 60s, 70s in Tennessee. If this area right there, pretty warm, but other than that, fairly cool. A pocket of 40s in Kentucky. Mainly temperatures right around 50 in the upper 40s across areas of Illinois, Indiana, and Ohio. Same with Michigan, kind of 40s, upper 30s. Wisconsin as well. And the Northeast, we can see once again we have a cool pocket across areas in New York, kind of Massachusetts, Connecticut, Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine. Cool pocket temperatures in the 20s in those areas too this afternoon. And already right now, if we go to recently, this would be 7 p.m. here, which I think there's probably, yes, I guess it's 7:15. Temperatures are starting to cool off in the southeast, 70s in many areas of Georgia, South Carolina, even some 60s, and cold air pushing down kind of this way as well. So, yeah, we're already seeing a couple of teens in the northeast as well, probably, right now in some areas of far northern New York, Vermont, and areas, especially in the higher elevations in New Hampshire. So temperatures as we go throughout tonight, okay? So, temperatures are going to cool down. We can see quickly, right now, this is kind of what we're looking at, what we just talked about. And then quickly, though, overnight, those temperatures, that cold air pushes into the south, especially the southeast. Temperatures tomorrow morning are very cold. Colder than it has been, I guess. Although some of this is pretty much just average. We're looking at low temperatures in the mid 40s in areas like Athens, Gainesville, Georgia, Rome. Over in the South Carolina areas like Columbia, Greenville, I think that's Florence. Not 100% sure. Or somewhere. I know Florence is in that area. We're looking at lower 40s. And most of North Carolina will be in the 30s. Other than the southeastern part of the area near Wilmington, Lumberton. You can even see some 50s pushing in the areas down across the deeper portion of this area. Southern Georgia, Valdosta, Montgomery, Alabama, Dothan, Enterprise. Over in the Mississippi as well. Where we see a little bit of cooler air pushing in. And even tomorrow afternoon will be a little bit of a cooler day. We can see temperatures do warm up, but as you go further east, it gets cooler. So we see in this area of Mississippi, we're still looking at temperatures in the 80s, but then as you go into Alabama, we can see quickly cooling off. Southern part of the state maybe getting near 80, but then the central part of the state likely in the lower 70s, with the northern part of the state really being stuck in the upper 60s. And then as you go into Georgia, we can see mainly mid-60s across northern Georgia, upper 60s to around 70s as you go further south. South Carolina, it's kind of similar, mid-60s for most of the state, even lower 60s, maybe some areas struggling to get above 61, kind of in that far eastern portion of the state. And same with North Carolina, with the eastern part being very cold. See that cold air is just really pushing down from the northeast into these areas. Many areas in Delaware, Maryland, like Washington and Baltimore, even up towards Long Island and New York City in the 40s. And as you get into the interior areas, many 30s as well. And then not quite as cold Thursday morning, but temperatures are below freezing in many areas of North Carolina. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some rural areas of South Carolina also get below freezing as well, or right down to about freezing. We can see we do, because like, I think because we have a storm system, we're seeing that it's a little bit of warmer air getting pushed into Georgia. But then we can see Thursday afternoon's very cold. Probably, I think we have rain in that area too, which is leading to that, or just cloud cover. Yeah, we do have rain. We do generally have cloud cover as well. So yeah, that would lead to that. And we're going to talk about that in just a second. But so far, let's take a look at what we've been looking at March-wise for weather. So temperatures this March. So in Atlanta, our average high has been 74, low 55. 12 degrees above average so far this month. Although we've only had 6 days so far, but like we go back to February, and it was 9 degrees above average. So really consistent. Also, another place where we've been seeing much above average air, or much above average temperatures, Hattiesburg, Mississippi. So far this month, we're 14.4 degrees above average. The average high has been 83 in Hattiesburg, which is insane. I mean, in February, let's see, 7 degrees, so not as bad as Atlanta in February, but just very warm across the southeast. So maybe this will help to kind of offset a little bit of that, but I don't think it's going to do much. Now on to the snow side of things. So tomorrow we're going to be looking at just some like snow across areas of Iowa, southern Minnesota. Nothing that's too big of a deal. But then as we go into tomorrow night, we can see our storm system pushes in. Start to see bands of snow getting going like early Thursday morning across central Iowa into areas of eastern Nebraska. We see those bands, just heavy snow throughout the Thursday morning and the Thursday afternoon, and areas of central Iowa, just dumping snow in central Iowa there. Temperatures we can see are fairly good for snow. Widespread temperatures right around freezing. So we're not going to look at like insane snowfall ratios like we have with that other winter storm, I think from a week or two ago. It might have been 2 weeks ago. But we'll still be looking at some snow. And then over further east, we can see how that happens. So snow pushes into northern Illinois, southern Wisconsin by Thursday afternoon. And then into Thursday night, we can see it moves east. So total snowfall accumulations in areas like Iowa and stuff. Now, it's not completely done across this area here, so ignore that area for now. But we're going to be looking at like a lot of snow for areas of Iowa, 6, maybe even more inches of heavy snow, several inches of heavy snow potentially for this area of northern Illinois. This further south area here is a little more uncertain. We'll see if we can see snow down there. There's the potential for it, but it's not as likely. And maybe even over a foot of snow, potentially. Although the NAM 3 does tend to overdo this, but maybe I do think we definitely see like maybe 10 inches of snow in some areas of Wisconsin and northeastern Iowa. Now I want to go over to a model to the GFS here, which is further south. Okay, the GFS, you can see is further south. Des Moines just gets dumped on there, but widespread like 8 inches of snow in some areas. And we can see it adds up all the way into northern Indiana, northern Ohio, and southern Michigan, with a wide swath of around, like even Des Moines picking up about 5 inches in the GFS. Not Des Moines, Detroit, I think is what I meant to say. I don't know. I don't even remember what I said, to be honest. The European is lower. The European's kind of an interesting outlier here. The European's going much lower, about 3 to 4 inches for the Detroit area. Now, if you notice, I'm not just reading off the numbers here. It's because, I mean, what I've noticed is frequently, well, also with the way the temperatures are, we're going to be seeing compacting and stuff. We're also going to be seeing melting just during the snowfall. Just because it's so close to freezing, we're still going to be seeing melting just because of the sun angle this time of year, even if the sun's not out. Not as big of an issue this far north, but it's a little harder to see snow. I don't think you're gonna. I mean, it's definitely correct because it's not that cold. We're gonna have to. I mean, it's my opinion. We're not gonna see. We could see what this is gonna like. What this is saying, but it's more likely we're gonna go on the lower end of that just because of like that what I said before. But yeah, we can still see very similar areas get picked up by really heavy snow. Kind of this area here. With several inches, at least 4 inches mainly in most areas. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have. Just a little bit of a shorter video, and I hope y'all enjoyed it. I should be back either tomorrow or Thursday, probably tomorrow, because Thursday I have a good bit of homework. I know I'm going to have a lot of homework, so I'll probably try to get a video out tomorrow and Friday. But yeah, thank y'all for watching, and goodbye.